Hello, and thanks for tuning in to Powell Software's Welcome to the New Normal podcast. Powell Software develops digital workplace solutions that improve the employee experience, helping companies write their own future of work by leveraging the talent of their entire workforce. My name is Tony Todd. I'm from the Rumeur Publique agency in Paris. And in this series, I've been speaking with business leaders, thinkers, visionaries, writers to explore the megatrends, the ecosystems, the technology, and the thinking that's shaping the way we live and work as we emerge into the new normal. My guest today is Eric Boustouller. Hi, Eric. Thanks very much for being with us today.
Hi, Tony. I'm very excited to participate to this session today.
Thanks. Eric, you were head of Microsoft for Western Europe until 2017. Since then, you've been investing in European technology as a founding member of Seed for Soft, and now as a partner in C4 Ventures, the venture capital firm founded by Pascal Cagny. Pascal Cagny, who was head of Apple Europe, Africa, Middle East, and India. Eric, as head of Microsoft Western Europe, you had an early look at the technology, the developments that would go on to facilitate our move to the new normal towards hybrid work. Did you anticipate the kind of progress that we've been experiencing as a society in the last 2 years?
Hey, Tony, who could expect and anticipate this pandemic? And this pandemic has been a huge moment and change in basically the way we work. Indeed, it has been a phenomenal acceleration of digitization. And in particular, in the way we work, that's no doubt. And I have to say, the way we work now, so the new normal, is here to stay. Now, if you look back at the time of, let's say, the early 2010, Steve Ballmer, who was the CEO of Microsoft at the time, was really depicting this new world where basically we were experiencing the so-called consumerization of IT, when consumers or employees in companies were really dictating the new way of working and the tools that they were expecting for IT departments. In the past, basically IT departments were deciding, which applications and tools. So you see, 10 years ago, it was kind of the beginning of what we've seen in the last couple of years. And indeed, the foundation for such an accelerations were already there. You name them: video conferencing solutions, mobile devices, network bandwidth, security features. So all these pillars were already there. Now, the pandemic really made a big breakthrough. And in 2 years, we have seen the explosion of the use of all these applications and solutions. And as I said, this is what it is, and this is going to stay. It means that basically solutions like Zoom, which was not in the radar before the pandemic, is going to be one of the solutions next to Teams that we use today, that I've been using for so many years. And the hybrid work is definitely the new normal. And again, my expectations and everyone's expectation is that this is basically what is going to be the new normal, just because that's the way people want to work. People want to have at home and in the office and vice versa, same tools, same applications, same comfort. And at the end of the day, it's going to be good for the world as well. Look, you stay and you work from anywhere. So you don't have to travel, or you travel less. You don't have to drive the car, or you drive less. And basically, you make also savings when it comes to energy. So net-net, I think it's good for the world, it's good for people, it's good for companies.
As a partner in C4 Ventures, you look after a portfolio of tech companies, as well as you look out for the most promising emerging technology startups. What are the themes that you're seeing in your portfolio that are going to impact the way we work, the way we interact in the coming years?
Sure, this explosion of the hybrid work has generated lots of, let's say, inspirations for startups. And there are new solutions coming up, new applications, and also new way of working. And not just for knowledge workers, it's true as well for technicians in factories, engineers, and so on and so forth. So you see, it's across the board. So the change is really touching, impacting all employees, wherever they are, and in any function. So let's take the knowledge workers for sure. The big themes that you can see is all around collaboration, mail and messaging, video and video conferencing. But beyond that, we've seen much more new solutions when it comes to project management, task management, in a remote fashion, in a remote way, cross-company, cross-geographies. Also, in the areas of, let's say, data and content collaboration, where basically people around the world in different areas, different spaces, they can edit collectively in a remote way. So those are the things that we are seeing more and more. Another space where we see lots of momentum is the area of context and search. And by the way, C4 Venture is invested in a legal tech, which is really focused on search. One of the things that they had discovered is that people, in particular, for I would say the in legal firms, but also in legal departments in big companies, lawyers and legal people were spending so much time searching for information. So they have invented, a new tool, a new engine, a search engine, to help people look for information. At the end of the day, they are going to save, let's say, 30-40% of their time. Another area where we see lots of momentum, lots of dynamics, and lots of new solutions, it's in the HR world. So it's basically the HR as all fields of HR as we could know them before is going to change dramatically. It's all about remote HR. So the HR tech industry or space is really buoyant. It's vibrant. It's booming. It's booming, and that's why we've been approached by different startups, and of which one we picked. It's called Centrical. That's an Israeli startup, and they are bringing, I would say, new paradigms, new equations, new way of driving HR in the area of employee engagement, employee training, performance management. So sort of, everything in one tool, and it goes much beyond, these spaces of HR. So I was just giving you some areas for knowledge workers, but in factories and for engineers and technicians, I'm really enthused, impressed, and excited about what's going on with this new world. It's kind of the same of the environment that you're proposing in this podcast today, Tony. Look, it's the metaverse. The metaverse is not just for gaming, it's not just for consumers. The metaverse is also for the enterprise. And it's already here. Imagine that, people are now working in different places. So you have engineers that are in one side, over, let's say, marketing guys and sales guys in the other side. And then you have the guys, the technicians that are in the factory, so on the other side as well. And they need to work collectively together. But they need to really have a good grip of what they're going to talk about and where they're going to basically have insight. So imagine a world where you bring together mixed reality solutions combined with video conferencing and collaborative tools. This will give you a way to basically build products, maintain equipment or infrastructure, just by helping people in a remote way see, let's say, digital representation of physical environments, equipment, tools, or products. And then they can help, in a remote manner, they can help the technicians basically work on the product, repair and manage and maintain the equipment and so on and so forth. So that's basically the new world. And this is, again, something which is existing. I'm not inventing something new for the future. The future is now. Take it, at L'Oréal or other companies. They use HoloLens headsets, Teams applications, collaborative tools in a completely different way. That's the new hybrid work. You see, not only for knowledge workers, but also, for factory engineers and technicians in industrial sites.
Now, we've seen a lot of change in the technology, as we've seen it's accelerated massively in the last 2 years. Is management of companies keeping up with that level of technological change? Do leaders need to have a new mindset in order to be able to harness that technology, stay sane and manage happy and productive teams?
Look, it's a no-brainer that when things change around you, you've got to adapt to change. And I have to say, you need to anticipate it and you need to drive it. And in particular, at a time of talent war for talent, if you don't, you change the way you manage your people. When people want more flexibility, they want to work at home and in the office with the same comfort and the same tools, basically, you don't have them, physically around you. You need to definitely adapt to that, new normal. And more than ever, I think, from my experience and also seeing that today, we need to see managers really play a key role and behave as real coach to empower their teams, develop and grow them, motivate and secure their engagement, so also as to retain them, manage their performance, which means defining correct KPIs that they can manage. You see, it's not something that didn't exist before, but as change has accelerated the way we work, managers need to accelerate the way they really manage. I think that they have, let's say, lots of tools at their disposal to make that change. And again, digitization is going to help them dramatically. I was calling out, I would say, this HR tech space, which is booming, and providing new applications, which are definitely applications that can help managers manage people in a remote manner. In all spaces of HR, from recruiting to onboarding to train, through performance management, motivating, incenting, rewarding, you name them. All the spaces of HR are going to change dramatically. There are, a list of applications which is, again, at their disposal today for managers to make a big difference. There is one thing which is, clear. You remember we're talking about, the new currency being the data. The data is critical to profile new people and future recruitees, so as to recruit the best ones and the right guys for your culture, for the functions, and so on and so forth. Data is critical to really track, monitor the engagement of people. Data is super important to manage, track through dashboards the performance of people. So you see, data is going to be core at the center of the new application, and that means that IT departments, in conjunction with business leaders in companies, need to work hand in hand to put together the infrastructure, the data platform, and the application that all combined work together to really bring to managers the right tools to make a difference and an impact vis-à-vis their employees and their companies.
That's very interesting, Eric. I've just got one last question for you. Quickly, you are a former head of Microsoft for Western Europe, and you're now working as a partner with Pascal Cagny, who was head of Apple for a big chunk of the world at around about the same time. You were rivals, and now you're allies.
Yeah. It means that, this alliance of former Apple and former Microsoft, can make also difference. And that's the way we see C4 Venture. It's really to differentiate for the other venture funds here in France, in Europe, and in the world. Look, Pascal and I are coming, from two big companies, and with a long-lasting experience when it comes to basically deploying business across Europe, at least, which means that we are bringing to the equations our experience in sales and marketing, go-to-market, driving executions, recruiting top talents, developing them, growing them, building teams that work together to make impact. So all these things is, a very deep experience that we can transmit, because this is a time for us to really transfer that experience to new leaders, new founders, entrepreneurs. And that's basically what we're going to do at C4 Venture. Look, we believe that the way we can help these guys is to support them when it comes to strategizing, but executing as well, connecting them to let's say our networks of companies, of customers, of partners. But in our equation, what is absolutely critical, it's the tech platform. We really believe that tech platform, be it in let's say a frontier tech, or let's say a digital technology tech platform, we believe that this helps differentiate, this helps scale. So we are looking for new startups and scale-ups that really build their value proposition on tech platforms. Two, we are looking for entrepreneurs that are execution-driven entrepreneurs. This new generation that really walk the talk, walk the walk. And I think, with our experience, we can really help these guys make a difference. And digitization is going to help our world be different across the board, from health to education, from business to government, including education. And that's basically what we want to do as former leaders in big companies, new venture fund leaders. We really want to help these entrepreneurs, these founders, make a difference for a better world.
Eric Boustouller, thank you so much for joining with me today. It's been really interesting to hear your perspectives.
Thank you, Tony.
And thanks to you all for tuning in to watch today. We will be back in 2 weeks' time with another episode of Welcome to the New Normal. Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter and on LinkedIn, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.